Good evening. Welcome to the Town of Cicero Planning Board meeting. Would you please join us in the Pledge of Allegiance? Pledge of Allegiance. Mike, you lead us off, please.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. First order of business is the approval of the September 17th minutes. Any questions or comments? Do we have a motion to approve?
I'll make that motion.
Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Jim?
Yes.
Chuck?
Yes.
Mary?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Minutes are approved. Next, we'll open up the meeting to public comment. If there's anybody in the audience that would like to address the board on any active application, you may do so now. Given nobody's approach, we'll close the public input. The first agenda item, it's been withdrawn by the applicant. They hope to be on the next meeting, but we won't be discussing that tonight. So we'll move on to Dave Beck, DB Remodeling for the property at 9385 Bruton Road, a proposed construction contracting business. Please come on up. Welcome back. Talk about the modifications that have been made.
Yes, so we addressed all the issues as far to my concern that you had last time, as far as the parking. There was 8 or 10 different things on there that we addressed, the lights. My engineer took care of them, so everything seems to be addressed in full, unless you guys have any other questions.
Yeah, that's some landscaping, right?
Some actual samples of, I did bring them with me, so I can show you those. This is a sample of the exact stone product that's gonna go on the front. I can bring it up there if you'd like, I don't know.
That's fine.
Good. Thank you.
And this is the exact colors of the siding, so it's gonna be the gray and then the black is gonna be the black, so. I didn't really know what else to show you other than that, but this is the actual products.
Nice contrast.
Yeah.
Yeah, very nice.
But other than that, I think we addressed all the issues to the board. I don't know if you have any other questions or anything.
We'll open it to questions, Jim.
I'm good.
As am I. Mary?
I'm all set. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. As am I. Brian, anything to add? Neil? Mark?
I guess, I don't know what we planned came in, I take the chance to.
Yeah. We had it at the last minute. I think you're already gone. How quickly do you need to get things going?
Well, I was hoping to wrap everything up this evening. I don't know if that's possible, but that was my main goal, obviously. But we didn't really change too much from the last time, except for basically the samples. You wanted to see them exactly. And then there was a few things that weren't addressed completely on the print that we took care of and submitted prior to this evening.
So we talked about the landscaping.
Yep, we talked about
You
that.
made those modifications.
Yep.
The sign size?
Not the sign size, that wasn't an issue. For some reason, the engineer didn't have the handicap spaces marked on the print itself. So he did address that. That was one of the review things that got emailed to us. And one of the other things was lighting that we addressed as well, so. But that was the only changes from last time.
Mark, what's your recommendation?
Well, I guess I really. Yeah, I'm just looking. So. What are we adding for, I mean, I don't see any specific heights. Cheesy side and these and all that.
I don't either.
Yeah, I think, just looking at the break. looks like they can see some trees in here. Yeah, here, maybe through there.
Are the details of the landscaping?
As far as I know, they were included the final set of plans that were sent to you. He said he had addressed them.
Just absolutely, that is, you know.
No, I understand what you're saying. I'm not, that good at the exacts on the plans, but, that's why I left it to his discretion to, use his expertise to get that under control.
Yeah, so we kind of added this at the last minute, and since Mark hasn't had a chance to review, he's been on vacation, unfortunately, we're gonna have to
Okay.
put you on the next agenda. It should be pretty simple. If Mark, if he has any comments, he'll get those out to us. Yeah, yep. Yep, no, great point.
Okay, so you'll email us with anything reviewed to? look at?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome, thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, she.
All right, very good.
Next item on the agenda is for the proposed wireless telecommunication facility. It's actually existing, we're just extending the tower. And Nixon Peabody as attorney for the applicant.
Good morning, wow.
Good
Good
morning.
evening, members of the board, Jared Lusk with Nixon Peabody, nice to be back in front of you. With me are two people, Jeff Stolnick, who's a real estate consultant for the project, and Drew Curran, who is a fresh graduate of Syracuse University College of Law. This is his first planning board meeting, so
Welcome.
you may see him again in the future. We're here, Verizon has contracted with American Tower to co-locate, extend the existing tower located at 5958 East Taft Road. That's existing. They're proposing to extend the tower 14 feet and put Verizon's antennas on that extended tower as outlined in the application. Pretty straightforward. The equipment will be installed at the base of the tower. It's not much more complicated than that. I can answer any questions that you may have regarding the project. Again, the Verizon has presented the information in the application, including the EAF, et cetera, and the forms as outlined in the application. The project does qualify as an eligible facilities request under federal law, limiting the review and the time period for which the town must review the application in. I think we're going to be fully fine with that, but just wanted to make sure that I said that on the record.
Open to questions, Jim,
I'm good.
Chuck?
So this is an existing tower
Correct.
and to be raised here 14 feet?
Yes, bolt a 14-foot extension onto the top of the tower and put the antennas on that 14-foot extension.
I remember from a long time ago when we had another tower can't come up, they talked about there's a breaking point for a tower in distress to come down and not hit anything because of otherwise the height would have reached, a big distance.
Correct.
Do they still do such things?
The towers, again, they're designed not to fall, right? Obviously for our weather in upstate New York, obviously we have ice and snow. As tab H of the application is the structural design report that outlines the project. What it's saying here in the report that with the extension installed, that that it's at 83% of structural capacity. So we're not even close to where that extension is.
Mhm.
Again, in terms of maximum capacity with the wires on, and it's designed, as you'll see, with to 109 mile an hour wind speed, basic wind with ice at 45 miles an hour. So again, it's intended to stay in the air in the winter weather. So but in the event it would fall, again, the extension would probably fall off the top of it before anything. But again, they fold on themselves. They don't fall like trees.
Thank you.
Mary?
So this is off of Taft Road, and near the airport.
Correct.
Is there any aerial easements we need to be concerned with in this area?
No, obviously, we'll have to proceed with the FAA review of that. So no aerial easements are necessary. The project is necessary the reason Verizon is proposing this project is because there's an existing tower in the airport on the parking garage within the airport grounds. That tower can't be extended and it needs to be replaced. And Verizon is replacing that tower with this tower and then another tower located to the south of the airport. So we've been in consultation with the airport, everything. This is all part of a plan to get rid of that tower that's located on the parking garage in the airport grounds.
Okay, thank you.
Is this strictly a Verizon tower? I know because a lot of times other towers combine with Spectrum and other companies too. So is it a combination of the different ones?
This is a proposal. Obviously, there's other carriers, and to be honest with you, I don't know what other providers are on the American Tower site, but this is, American Tower is essentially a real estate owner. We are going on their tower with Verizon's antenna. So this is a Verizon
Well,
antenna.
Verizon owns it, but the other companies can come in and add.
Verizon only owns its antennas. American Tower owns the tower that Verizon is bolting onto. So we're renting space on American Tower's tower for Verizon's antennas.
And those will be on the top part of the tower?
Go back to the airport question. Seems like when we did one of these before, that there had to be some communication with with the airport and making sure we have approval. There were heights that you couldn't exceed. Mark, do you remember that?
Well, yeah, I mean, there's always an FAA
Regulation.
approval or it's time approval. Say, so.
And we've been working on this I've got the FAA determination that I just handed to Mark,
Okay.
the preliminary determination of no hazard for the project. And just need to stay again for the record that we've provided that, but this board is permitted to ask is just the information necessary to demonstrate that we qualify as an eligible facilities request. And that information is there. To be candid, we can't build it if it doesn't meet FAA requirements. We have to submit it to the FAA pursuant to our federal license in the FCC. So they're not going to let us build it if it doesn't work.
Well, as the planning board, I'm not going to waive my rights to ask the question about whether or not it's safe for,
I understand what you're saying and
but
we're happy
regardless
to-
what the state says.
Well, and not being difficult with it, it's just, here's the FAA report of it.
Was that included in your submittal?
It wasn't, because it's under federal law, and normally we're not required, and you're not permitted to ask us for anything other than the information necessary to demonstrate that it's an eligible facilities request. It's right in the application, and it's right, that's
You
right.
could provide a copy of it to us, just out of courtesy.
I did provide it's all listed in.
Weird. Yeah, that's okay.
We'll see. And this was adopted by Congress in 2012. And the corresponding regulations. And as long as we qualify as an eligible facilities request based on the dimensions of the tower, essentially it's a co-location or an extension of a tower no less than 10% of the tower height or 20 feet, whichever is greater. It's clear under the regulations, and I can read that right for you. When an applicant asserts in writing that a request for modification is covered by this section, a state or local government may require the applicant to provide documentation or information only to the extent reasonably related to determining whether the request meets the dimensional standards of the section. A state or local government may not require an applicant to submit any other documentation, including but not limited to documentation intended to illustrate the need for the facility or to justify the business decision to modify the facility. That's right out of the federal law.
Our area of inquiry is very limited. And that's what I was trying to say.
I'm not,
That doesn't mean- I mean, you showed us the report from the FHA,
I'm not trying to be difficult. I just want you to understand what the law is. Here's the
I
take
understand.
on it. And I just, it's a, because it qualifies in that unique standard of essentially a co-location, the Congress, has indicated that the review is very narrow and will preempt. You must approve and you can't deny, and it has to be approved within 60 days. That's what it says.
So this is a formality.
Yes. In essence, and I don't mean to be disrespectful. I just,
I get it.
Yeah, we're just trying to do our job,
I know,
planning
and
board members.
that's why I'm happy to provide. It's not like I'm telling you, no, I just, you wanted you to understand the.
Yeah, but it's a tease sometimes. No. You wanna see it?
This is your communication with the FAA?
Yes, the initial determination. Again, it has to, because we have a federal license, we're required to, once we get the approvals, the necessary approvals from the town, we have to submit, pursuant to our FCC license to go through the final review of the FAA and the FCC pursuant to our license. So it's not like anything's getting skipped, but that was the preliminary review. Once we know what's finally been approved, we have to submit all that information, including the drawings to the FCC.
You need this back?
We have another copy of it. We're fine. If you want that for your record.
And just one more thing. And I don't know if I have control over this or not, but Exhibit D, page 5, Section E, it talks about if an extension's required. Says the planning board would provide that. We're probably not going to get to that point, but the planning board chair doesn't do it here. It's the entire board.
What page? I'm sorry.
Yeah, so Exhibit D,
Yep.
page 5, Section E.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear the page 5. I'm sorry. It's just, and E, it says, I say no response. We're consenting that. I'm not sure what we're,
But it talks about the planning board chairman providing the extension if needed. And that's not the case
okay.
here. It used to be, so maybe that's where it came from.
Okay. That's, hopefully it won't be necessary.
Right. I just wanted to
Thank
point that out. You're welcome. Brian, anything?
Nothing.
Neil? Mark?
No.
So are we ready to move forward? Do you need to review, Mark? If you want to review, that's fine. We got 30
Yeah,
days,
yeah.
I think.
I don't know what
I mean, I drove by and
I. It's all within the existing fenced-in enclosure. Yeah, I don't know that I would have any substantive comments.
Right.
I'll make a motion for our standard seeker. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Jim?
Yes.
Chuck?
Yes.
Mary?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
And I vote yes to the seeker. Neil, would you propose a motion for approval, please?
You're gonna move for the adoption of a resolution approving the application known. Corporation Verizon 5958 East Staff Road, proposed wireless telecommunications facility. This approval would strictly be conditioned on the, complying with it. Close schemes and renderings and elevations presented by the applicant to the planning board as in regards to this application shall be incorporated by reference into the site plan and the board's approval thereof. According to the act, the project must substantially conform to the items as presented.
And would somebody like to make that a motion?
I'll make that
Do you
motion.
have a second?
Second.
This go out to the Syracuse Onondaga Planning Agency?
It does.
You may not have that back.
I have not seen it.
Well, so you should withdraw that whole motion. Put them on for now. We don't have anything back from town planning.
I haven't seen it. Good point.
Right. So when's the next meeting?
The
2 weeks.
2 weeks, third Wednesday.
And we're pretty confident we'll have it back by then, or they?
I don't know what their schedule is, but,
Has it gone out yet? We're gonna want to make sure it gets out.
Make sure.
Your office does.
Yep. Check with Heidi tomorrow.
yeah.
Yeah, she is.
I'm sure it went out.
I don't even.
Should we just check in the morning, make sure, like,
Yeah.
I'm happy to come back, but if we've got to somehow go to the first meeting in November or something, because I didn't get back, I'll just note that and then, so we don't drive in without having that.
Yeah, we'll communicate with you.
Okay. Yeah, thanks, folks.
Thank you.
Have a
good
great
night.
day.
You as well.
Yeah.
Jerry.
Last item on the agenda is a sketch plan review for a proposed trailer yard sale at 8665 Brewerton Road. Ryan Zeller is the applicant. Good evening.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. Want
to make a presentation of what you're looking to do?
So basically, we're looking to kind of use the property how it's always traditionally been used, except for we want to extend the display air slash storage area to the, you know, what's on the drawing there.
Talk about your business, what's going to be happening?
Well, our business currently is in Mexico, New York, and you know, we sell new trailers, dump trailers, equipment trailers, cargo trailers. And you know, due to growth and things like that, we've purchased this property and we're looking to kind of extend into this area and you know, build a little bit bigger of a footprint for our business.
And we'll open it to questions, Jim.
Okay, so these are utility trailers? Mostly?
Yeah, utility
trailers.
dump trailers, like stuff you would see behind, you know, like landscapers, homeowners. You know, some of the trailers are out back here hooked up to some of the Cicero vehicles, like stuff like that. Just standard, you know, pickup truck style trailers.
New
And-
and used.
And they'd be displayed inside, outside, or both?
They would be displayed outside. So, if you look at the picture here, kind of how you see the cars in there now,
Mhm.
we would probably keep a very similar, display pattern. But we would also, form some rows of trailers in the proposed area, for, you know, additional storage and display area.
And your hours of operation?
They're 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. Saturday, they're 9 to 3.
It was new and used, trailer.
We do a little bit with used, but you know, I'd say 95% is just new trailers. Yeah.
You all set, Jim?
Yeah.
I was looking for the indication of landscaping around the front and possibly the side here. There looks like vacant land all around you pretty much, this property.
Yep. Truthfully, I wasn't really gonna, you know, I was planning on just kind of going with what was already there, which is, you know, not, I guess there's not a ton of landscaping. There's a few small trees on the property. I'm certainly happy to add some. In the front of the building there, it kind of is asphalt up to concrete, so that I don't think there'd be much room, but on the side of the building, certainly there could be some landscaping, I guess, added.
we like landscaping to dress things up and there's ordinances about, what's qualifies.
Okay, what do you guys, I mean, what would you suggest would be the best landscaping? You just want some like beds, maybe some trees?
Yeah,
Let me address that.
Okay.
So there's architectural standards that are now in place. You should have received those standards when you made application. And it specifies what has to happen.
No, I know I did talk to Steve about it and he mentioned you guys possibly would want to see some landscaping. But he wasn't sure, just, I mean, we're honestly, if this was CJ's Car America, so we're just basically, following in the footstep of that, but, we're happy to add some landscaping if that's the case, but I did not get provided with any of that documentation.
We can provide it to you
Okay.
and this will get architectural review and within those reviews will be the recommendations as well. It doesn't get specific what type of landscaping, but the requirements that are in place. And, I understand that you're moving into an existing facility, but that doesn't waive the standards that are now in place. You still have to comply with those standards.
Yeah, no, I'm happy to comply with that.
Wonderful.
Yep.
Thank you.
Good question, Chuck. Mary?
So I'm happy to hear that you're coming to our town. And I also would like to see some landscaping in the area. So you're just gonna leave the current structure the way it is?
Yeah, other than we're doing some general maintenance on the outside, the roof needs a coating, some minor things, but yeah, we're leaving everything the way it is. The only thing that we're planning on changing is what is proposed right there.
Can we see that? Mark, can you get that up?
Do we have pictures of the building? Or-
Yeah, that's what I'm,
There's some elevations,
yeah.
What's that?
I don't think so.
elevations of the structures that are already there and what your plans are for them.
Elevation for the structure that's there?
Structures, yeah.
No, I didn't get an elevation done of it.
Okay.
But, we're just planning on using the building just for what it is.
Sure. Well, and here, it's just two-dimensional. We really like to see, what they actually look like without, standing at the road and looking at them.
Okay,
So if you, take some, photographs of different angles and such.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's it.
there's it.
Yeah, that's it right there. And as far as what we're doing, is like I said, the roof needed a coating and that's that's the extent of it. Is that suffice for what you're asking, or do you need like something more in depth?
Is that the main building then? I'm
Yes,
thinking there's-
yep.
it's,
Yeah.
eye-catching.
It is, right?
Yeah.
It used to be a swimming pool originally, is what I'm told.
It's true.
Indoor pool.
True.
Yeah. So,
I swam there.
it's kind of a unique building, but,
We're gonna need some, and not only are you gonna get an architectural review, but Mark, our engineer, would do a review as well. We're gonna wanna see colors that you plan on doing. Like you mentioned, the roof needs paint job. It absolutely does. But we're gonna want that in writing, what colors, whether or not you're gonna be doing anything different on the front. I don't know if architecturally, if the architect will require something done to the front. I'm guessing he will.
yeah.
So we'll get into that as we go through the review process with you.
Yep, the coating that's going on the roof comes in, a standard, just gray color, just a waterproofing. So, and as far as the front of the building, so you're saying we should, if we're gonna make it a color change to the front of the building, we should include that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yep. I would sit tight though, right, Mark, until he gets the review letters.
Yeah. You proposing any new sign?
Not necessarily at this time, now. You know, I guess, so my conversation with Steve you know, the sign, if you can see in that photo there, over the winter, a car went off the road and hit that sign and knocked it down. And when I met, Steve out there, he just indicated if I wanted to put the sign back up, just a simple permit would work. And he kind of told me that the thing that I need to go to the planning board for was the parking lot, because he considered it to be an improvement bigger than 25% of the existing site plan. And so that's what he, you know, that's why I was here, but, we don't have any definitive plans for, the sign at this time.
And you can get your permit for a sign through his office, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep, that's kind of what I thought. And yeah, that's about it. We were kind of toying with the idea of taking, in as much as we love the American flag, we were thinking maybe, you know, painting it a different color. And that would be something you'd want to know about?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Okay.
And I also, you can see there's apartments in the back. I don't know if it's senior housing or there should be some buffering trees around that area to, help.
Right in this area.
Yeah.
There is some trees there now. I think actually the senior people, whoever did that project had planted. You can see they're pretty young trees there. And you know, I think what we're doing with the property is a large improvement from what they've been looking at.
Sure.
You know. So we're, you know, just clean and neat. It's kind of.
Yep, that's a good thing.
Yep.
But we have standards as well that we have to comply with. And I think we'll be mutual once you see those and we, you know, we
Yeah,
work
no,
together.
yeah, that's fine. So, so you're thinking maybe some trees through there?
The architectural standards require trees every 40 feet or I don't know, 30 feet or 20 feet. So you're required to put a certain amount of trees in based on the site layout and shrubbery.
Yeah, so I'm assuming that's what they did probably is the 40 feet. Now those trees count, or we would do additional trees as well?
Their trees do not count.
Okay, I didn't know because they were right on the property.
And that was actually before the standards these new standards, architectural standards were in place.
Okay,
But we were doing it anyways, just
Yeah.
not as laid out as it is now.
okay. Fantastic.
So at the road level, you'd want, you know, lower heights.
What's that?
You want lower heights, landscaping, you know, so it doesn't block your display area, you know, from the road.
Along the front.
Yeah, yep.
Some trees too,
What's that?
some trees too,
Okay,
as required.
so across the front, you need trees too, huh?
Shrubs, there's a couple of trees.
But they're spread out. I mean, you'll still have view.
Okay. Anything else that catches your eye?
You all set?
Mhm.
Mike? No, we're good. I only have a couple little things and just glitches in the application, I think. If you look at, on the application, the hours of operation says 1 week and then 9 to 5.
Hmm.
I think that's supposed to be 6 days a week. And that's on the application.
You said 9 to 5 and then
It says 1 week, then it says 9 to 5, on number 9, item A.
Supposed to be per week.
Says 1 week, 9 to 5. I think it's supposed to be 6 days a week.
Okay. Okay,
And then right below that, it says number of employees 2. but on the narrative, it shows 4. Not a big deal either way, but they just should match.
Say that second part.
Yeah,
again?
so the narrative that we received
Yeah,
says on there that there will be 4 employees, no more than 4.
Yep.
But on the application, right below the 9 to 5 thing, says 2 employees. So one says 2, one says 4. Just make them both the same, whatever, it doesn't matter,
okay, yeah.
as long as they match.
Three.
3,
It's two current,
2 currently,
yeah.
but it will be no more than 4. You want to be able to,
It's, yeah,
Hmm.
our plans is for 4.
yeah, so my recommendation is on that number 9 with the application, item B, make that, instead of a 2, make that a 4.
Okay.
That's all I have for now, Brian.
I don't have anything. I can have Heidi email you the landscape standards and.
Perfect.
Yeah, okay. So the main thing is we definitely got to adhere to the landscape standards. Now, as far as, getting into this time of year, how does that work? I mean, it's kind of getting late to plant trees. Should I do that immediately, or would you, say, you kind of approve it with the expectation that they're done in spring, or what do you guys,
So we would want you to do it at the proper time. I think fall's a good time, but depending on how long we go.
right, yeah, so I mean, should I do it ahead of time, like, should I?
Planning and zoning will work with you on that. If it's not, if it's middle of the winter, you can't plant trees, so doing it in the spring would be fine.
Okay. All right, so landscaping, I can get on that right away.
But you want to get your approval first, so you know.
Okay, so wait for the.
So,
approval.
yeah, don't landscape without the approval.
Okay, and then, as far as the parking area, is that seem,
Yeah, it seems okay. Mark's going to do a full review, the engineer. And then if he's got any comments on that, we'll address that at the next time we get together.
Can I ask one thing quick?
No,
Where it says light pole, light pole, light pole, and then there's another light pole, are those existing ones?
yeah,
Okay, so you're just gonna use, right now you're planning on using existing,
yeah, that's
Light.
correct, yep, yeah.
okay.
Neil, anything?
Nothing.
Mark?
So, yeah. We'll get written supplements to them, but what kind of trailers are we talking about?
So these are gonna be new, sure track, like brands, or?
No,
These are equipment trailers, dump trailers, cargo trailers, landscape trailers, trailers you would find like behind a pickup truck, like, I'm sure we pulled in tonight, you saw some of the work vehicles out here with trailers up behind them, stuff like that. I would say anywhere from 10 to 25 feet long, just your run of the mill, pull behind trailers.
so it's not a boat trailer.
No, we're not, we don't have any plans to do anything with boat trailers, we're just, we're, the things I laid out, is pretty basic, there's nothing for like, semi trucks, none of that stuff, but these are all, things that are made to go behind a pickup truck.
So it'd be single and double axle type?
Correct, yep, single and double axle, trailers.
Mark, it does specify it in their narrative, probably because you're on vacation. I can read it out. It says, Syracuse Trailer Depot sells a variety of trailers like car haulers, dump trailers, enclosed cargo trailers, snowmobile trailers, utility trailers, etc.
Is this sales and rental or just sales?
Currently, it's just sales, yeah.
Okay.
You think you like the idea of the rental? We've been talking about it, to be honest. We do get phone calls for it, but right now, honestly, it was a big investment for us just to get
Sure.
get this piece of property and,
Get
you
it
know,
set up.
get set up, yeah. So
Okay.
right now, we're just looking at, trying to get open and, clean it up. The previous guy kind of had a lot of junk everywhere, so we got that cleaned up and just want to make it neat and clean and, something that, looks nice when you drive by and
Sure. Well,
people want to come and do business with us.
Right. We're all for that and improve this row and Let's name it
Yeah,
again.
no, and I think that, you know, we have the same mindset, you know, we definitely, you know, we run a clean operation and, you know, we try to keep our standards really high with what we're doing and how we're doing it, you know, and mindful, you know, things like the neighbors and stuff like that, so.
Sure.
Yep,
That's
So
smart
this is,
business.
yeah.
this is an offshoot of your larger, well, how much, what's the difference in sizes between like this one and the main one in Mexico?
So the one in Mexico is as far as,
Encompasses, much
our
bigger?
storage area right now in Mexico is 2 acres.
okay,
Okay, and it's Maple View. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that, but it's basically, we're operating on two corners of a four corner intersection.
Yeah, across from Catulli's,
What's that?
across from Catulli's. the
Yeah,
grocery
With
store.
the supermarket.
yeah, right there across from the supermarket and, yeah, right there, Maple View. And, you know, it's just, we have a real small building right now and, yep, so it's gonna be the left two sides.
Right, I was just by there this morning.
Were you?
Yeah.
Nice. So, yeah, you can kind of see what we, that's a real good, picture of what we sell right there. You know, a lot of trailers like that and, you know, some a little bit bigger, smaller, things like that.
So would you still have the Mexico location or?
And our plan is to at least keep it for the first year or two, but, you know, maybe eventually, you know, try to get people to come to Cicero. But honestly, we do a very big portion of our business is local to that area. And people like, you know, shopping local and stuff like that. And, you know, all our everything we sell is made in the USA, you know, American steel. You know, and it works really well for us and people like the idea of it.
you
So
said that's 2 acres, and so what's this other, what's the one here?
this here
Yeah.
is, it's, I think, 3.7 maybe, or 3.6.
Okay, so it's big, it has the potential to be bigger, okay,
It's a bit bigger, yeah.
okay.
Yep, it's a bit bigger, but it's, you know, it's better proportioned and I think we can use the space a lot better than what we're currently doing, so.
Mark, anything additional?
No.
Anything additional from you?
Thank you, man. Oh, has this, plan been sent to the county for the 239 planning review?
If not, it will be soon.
Okay,
Hold on 1 second, he's checking. Are you checking? Yeah. Yeah, we have not gotten anything back yet,
okay,
but if it hasn't been sent, it will be soon.
okay, great. All right, so, you guys, you know, he's gonna send over, some stuff for, you know, kind of outlining the landscape and then we'll fit it to the plan and, is there anything else we should have for the next meeting? We'll make the few changes on this that you mentioned.
Yeah, and once you get the 2 review letters, you'll want to make adjustments based on those and submit those. And as soon as you submit those, we'll get you on the next agenda.
Okay, fantastic. All right,
Terrific.
okay, great.
Good
Have a
luck.
great night.
Time, appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
you.
Take care.
That concludes the agenda items. Any discussion from the team? We have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
I'll second. Do we have a second? Jim?